Hello, good morning, students. So, in today's class, we are going to cover one small topic in cellular, that is cell division. In earlier classes, we have already covered plasma membrane, the component of plasma membrane, then cytoplasm, then nucleus, and we also covered various types of transport like endocytosis, exocytosis, etc. So, what is cell division? Cell division is the process by which cells reproduce themselves. Now we have one parent cell. Now it is going to divide and it is going to form two daughter cells. So now two daughter cells, they can be identical to that of the parents, or they can be in reproductive cell the number is reduced, means the daughter cells are not same as that of the parent cell. We'll see now what is somatic cell division and reproductive cell division. The two types of cell division are somatic cell division and reproductive cell division. So what happens in somatic cell division? Somatic cell is any cell of the body other than germ cell. Now, what are germ cells? The germ cells are the gamete, that is sperm or oocyte. Reproductive cell division is the mechanism that produces haploid number of cells. We have sperm and oocyte. So, cell division consists of two phases, that is nuclear division, which is followed by cytokinesis. So, in nuclear division, we have division of genetic material. Now we know in nuclear there are chromosomes, there is a DNA, genetic material that is being stored. So when nucleus is dividing, the genetic material is also dividing, and that is being uh, uh, carried forward to the next cell. That is, if we have a diploid cell and diploid cell is dividing into two daughter cell, so genetic material will also be shared between these two cells. Second is cytokinesis, that is division of cytoplasm. Once the nucleus is divided, then the cytoplasm, the next phase will be division of cytoplasm. So we have two types of nuclear division, that is mitosis and meiosis. So in mitosis, daughter cells are identical to parent cell. Means what? When parent cell divide, it forms two cells, daughter cells, so which are same, identical to that of the parent cell. Now for example, if we have a parent cell having 46 number of chromosomes, then the daughter cell that are formed will have the same number of chromosomes, that is 46 each. Next is meiosis. Now what happens in meiosis? There is reduction division that is taking place. That is reduction division, that is daughter cell contain half the genetic information as that of the parents. Means when a parent cell divide, it is going to form two daughter cell. So the two daughter cell contain half the number of chromosomes. Now for example, if we have a parent cell consisting of 46 chromosomes, the daughter cells that are formed, they are going to have 23 chromosomes each. That is 46 is going to divide 23 for daughter 1, daughter cell 1, and 23 for daughter cell 2. And this meiosis occurs only in sperm and oocytes. So now we are going to see few components that we will be requiring as we are going to study the various phases of mitosis and meiosis. So in first step is either meiosis or mitosis. It begins with condensation of genetic material, that is chromatin, to form chromosome. So chromatin is going to contain. Now what are chromatin? Their thread-like structure they are found in the nucleus. So they are going to condense to form chromosome. Each chromosome is made up of two identical halves called sister chromatid, which are joined at the centromere. Now, two sister chromatid they are joined at the centromere. We'll see in diagram next slide what are these sister chromatid and how they are joined at centromere. Each chromatid consists of single tightly coiled molecule of DNA. Somatic cells are diploid cells because each cell contains two copies of every chromosome. A pair of such chromosomes is called homologous pair. Few terminologies that we'll have to keep in mind as we are going to study the mitosis and meiosis. So, as we already discussed, the chromatin is a building block for chromosome which consists of DNA and protein. Chromosome is a long continuous piece of DNA. So DNA, then chromatin are formed, then they are going to continuously form a piece of chromosome which contains genetic information for a cell. Next is centriole and centrosome. A centriole is a barrel microtubule structure. Can you see this diagram? Centriole. Now this is a centriole and these three units which are forming one long strand are called microtubule. So when cell is dividing, the centrioles are present in that region, and when they required, I will see when we see the phases what is their role, what is their function. These are going to divide, and they are going to form something called as a spindle. Now what is the role of spindle, that will cover in when we see the phases. They are always found in pairs. This microcentriole, they are always found in pairs. Two centrioles arrange themselves perpendicular to form centrosome. So two centrioles will arrange themselves perpendicularly to form centrosome. Centromere and kinetochore. Now what is centromere and kinetochore? The centriole is a constricted region of the chromosome that hold sister chromatids together, the site where kinetochore is formed. Now, can you all see this diagram? There is this centriole region, centromere region, and this is something the in green or some gray color is the kinetochore. To these are attached the microfilaments. Now, the kinetochore is a complex protein containing structure to which microtubules are attached. We'll see the function of this microtubule when we actually see the phases. Chromatid is a one strand of the chromosome after it has duplicated for cellular division. Can you see the chromatid? This is one chromatid. So replicated chromosome forming chromatid. This is a centromere region, and in red color what you can see is the kinetochore, and the green colors, the strands or lines what you can see are the microtubules. Same diagram has set of this. Two chromatids are called sister chromatids. Now these are called as sister chromatid and will eventually split and move to opposite end of the cell during cell division. So now we'll see the first phase of cell division, that is mitosis. So what is mitosis? It is a process in eukaryotic cell that separates the chromosome in its cell nucleus. In two identical sets in two daughter cells. So there are four phases in mitosis, that is prophase, metaphase, then we have anaphase, followed by telophase. So what happens in prophase? In prophase, the duration is usually 15 minutes. Now, in prophase, first chromatin is going to contain to form chromosome. The thread-like structure chromatin it will contains to form chromosome. Once it is formed, the nuclear envelope, that is nucleoli, disappear and nuclear envelope breaks down. We'll see in diagram how it is taking place. And mitotic spindle will assemble. The microtubule, the centromere is going to break down in middle. The mitotic spindle will assemble. The development of this mitotic spindle begins as the centromere move apart to the opposite end of nucleus. As they are moving apart, microtubule develop from each centromere increase in length by addition of tubulin units. Now, microtubule from each centromere connect to a region called kinetochore. This is the diagrammatic representation of how the prophase phase is taking place. Can you all see this diagram? The kinetochore, which is attached to the microtubule, and fragments of nuclear envelope. See, there is a nuclear. It is breaking down to broken down, and these are the fragments of nuclear division. The mitotic spindle that is formed, and there is a kinetochore region, that is in centromere region we have a kinetochore, and to this attached are microtubule. Now in next we have metaphase. So metaphase usually takes 20 minutes. So what happens in metaphase? So in this phase, the chromosomes are distributed across the metaphase plate. Can you see this metaphase plate? The chromosome, how they are aligned at the equatorial. So chromatin reach their most highly condensed state. The spindle fiber begin to contract to the centromere of the chromosome, which are now arranged along the middle of spindle. The chromosome will arrange at the metaphase plate. As you can see, the centrioles are always found in pair. There is a micro tubule, that is spindle apparatus, that is formed, microtubule that is holding them at the metaphase plate. Metaphase is followed by anaphase. The duration is usually 3 minutes. In anaphase begins after the chromosomes are separated into individual chromatids. Can you see the chromatids, the individual, they are separated? During anaphase, the microtubule connect to chromatids. Now they are called as a chromosome. Now these are called as, they are separated. Sister chromatids are separated. They are called as a chromosome. They are shortened, effectively pulling the chromosome to opposite side. So this microtubule spindle that is formed will move towards, will pull them towards the opposite poles. By the chromatids are pulled by spindle fiber towards the opposite sides of the cell. Now two sets of chromosomes are identical. These are identical to this. Next, last is cleavage furrow starts to form. Means what? Now these are formed. Now there will be cleavage at this point and two cells are going to form in the next phase, that is telophase. Now telophase, what we usually call as the end phase, that means it concludes the nuclear division. We have seen no, the mitotic phase first is nuclear division followed by cytokinesis. So nuclear division ends at telophase. It usually takes 10 minutes to take place. So what happens in telophase? In prophase, the nuclear envelope was degraded. I mean, it was broken down. So now new cells, two daughter cells are formed. So nuclear membranes are formed around each of two set of 46 chromosome. Now why 46 chromosome? Because it is mitosis. The daughter cells are identical to that of the parent cell. The spindle fiber disappear. Now the role of spindle fiber is over. What was the role of spindle fiber? Is to pull this chromatid spindle fiber towards the opposite pole. So they are now formed into two daughter cells. Their role is over. So they will disappear. Chromosome become thinner. Chromatin used to condense to form chromosome. Now this daughter cell has to go for another cycle of cell division. So chromosome will be thinner. Cytoplasm start dividing by contractile ring. The next phase is cytokinesis. So cytoplasm will start dividing. At the end, we have two diploid daughter cells which are identical. So the product of mitosis is two daughter cells which are identical to that of the parent phase. Next is meiosis. Now what happens in meiosis? Meiosis, in diploid cell, chromosome occur as pair, that is homologous chromosome. Meiosis is a process to convert diploid cell to haploid gamete. Now in meiosis it is a haploid gamete and cause a change in genetic information to increase in diversity in offspring. Haploid cells are formed, that is offspring. Meiosis involves two successive nuclear division that produces 4 haploid cells. The first division is meiosis 1. is a reduction division. The second division is meiosis 2. They separate the chromatid. So meiosis takes place in two phases. That is meiosis 1 followed by meiosis 2. The two haploid cells that are formed in meiosis 1, they will again undergo cell division to form 4 haploid cells. So meiosis 1. In meiosis 1, we have early prophase 1 followed by middle prophase. So in early prophase 1, there is a nucleus envelope that is formed and there are chromatids. The chromatin begin to condense following interphase. After interphase, the chromatin will form condense to form chromosome. The nuclear envelope will break down and the spindle apparatus is developed. In middle prophase 1, the synapses align homologous and chromosome shorten. Now, what is synapses? During prophase 1, the homologous chromosome pair in a process called synapses. Now, this pair of homologous chromosomes are called tetrad, a group of 4 chromatids. We'll see in diagram how it is taking place. So during synapses, corresponding region form a close association called chiasmata. This is chiasmata, pair of homologous chromosome. Then next is followed by late prophase 1, that is coiling and shortening of chromosome. It continues. Now synapses of sister chromatin. Can you see in this diagram how they are homologous chromosome, they pair together. Next is crossing over, that is taking place. In crossing over, can you see how it is taking place? The homologous pair, how they are crossing. And next is crossing over. So genetic information has been crossed. That is required to pass on to next generation. So genetic recombination, genetic information is passed on to this crossing over process. Now the prophase 1 of meiosis 1 is followed by metaphase 1. So it is similar to that of mitosis. In what happens in metaphase? The chromosome line up on the equatorial plate. Microtubule extending from one poles are attached to kinetochore region. Metaphase 1 is followed by anaphase 1. In anaphase, the homologous chromosome move to opposite pole of the cell. They move to opposite pole of the cell. There is a mitotic spindle apparatus that is pulling the homologous chromosome towards the opposite pole. Anaphase is followed by telophase 1, which is the end phase of meiosis 1. In telophase 1, chromosomes have reached their respective pole and nuclear membrane will develop now, because they have to undergo another cycle of cell division. That is, they have to enter into meiosis 2. Now note that each pole will form a new nucleus that will have half the number of chromosomes. But each chromosome will contain two chromatids, because in meiosis what happens? Haploid cells are formed. So the product of meiosis 1 are two haploid cells. There is a nuclear envelope that is formed. Meiosis 1 is followed by meiosis 2. So meiosis 2 we have prophase 2. The chromosome condenses again. The chromosome will condense again following a brief interphase in which DNA does not replicate. We have seen in meiosis 1 that there is a crossing over that is taking place, but that is not the case in meiosis 2, because these are haploid cells. Just keep this in mind that these are haploid cells. So there is not replication, DNA replication is not taking place. Very important point. Prophase 2 is followed by metaphase 2. The chromosome align at the metaphase plate. Kinetochore of the pair chromatid line up across the equator of the each cell. Followed by anaphase. It is followed by begins as each chromosome is pulled apart into two chromatids by microtubule spindle apparatus. As you can see, the microtubule spindle apparatus is pulling this chromatid towards the opposite poles. Microtubule spindle is pulling them towards the opposite pole, becoming chromosome in their own right and are pulled to opposite sides. Anaphase 2 is followed by telophase. The chromosome gather into nuclei and the cell divide. New nuclear membrane will be formed, and the product of meiosis are each of 4 cells has a nuclei with a haploid number of chromosome. Haploid number of chromosome. So we'll quickly revise about the cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. So we have a parent cell that will undergo mitotic division, that is prophase. Chromatid condense to form chromosome. Nuclear envelope will disappear. Next is metaphase. Chromosome align at the equatorial plot. Microtubule keep them at the equatorial tube. Then in anaphase we have sister chromatin which are separated by centromere. It divides them. Then there will be cleavage at this region, and then 2 diploid cells are formed. In meiosis we have parent cell that is undergoing prophase 1. In prophase, what happens? There is a crossing over that is taking place. Nuclear division, nuclear envelope breaks down. Next is metaphase. Metaphase, they align at the equator forming metaphase plate, and then followed by telophase. That is 2 daughter haploid cells are formed that will again undergo a prophase 1, prophase 2, metaphase 2, and the product is 4 haploid cells. That is in meiosis we have 4 haploid cells that are formed. Thank you.